Hello my dear students. In the previous videos we have discussed about the formation of methane, formation of ammonia, formation of water. All these three are examples for sp3 hybridization. And we have also discussed about the formation of ethene, which is an example of sp2 hybridization. Okay. Now in this class we are going to discuss about the formation of ethyne, which is an example for sp hybridization. Okay. Now the formation of ethyne is explained on the basis of valence bond theory. Okay, you know the formula of ethyne is C2H2. It means it contains 2 carbon atoms and 2 hydrogen atoms. Okay, 1 hydrogen atom is attached to each carbon atom, and the valence bond theory is used to explain the formation of ethyne. And both the carbon atoms in ethyne are sp hybridized. Both the carbon atoms in ethyne are sp hybridized. So first we have to consider the electron configuration of the carbon in the ground state. So in the ground state, the electron configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. 1s2, 2s2, 2p2 is the electron configuration of carbon atom in the ground state. So if we represent these orbitals in the form of box, you can see the box here. This is 1s orbital with the 2 electron. This is a 2s orbital with the 2 electron, and here there are 2 unpaired electrons in the 2p orbitals. There are 2 unpaired electrons in the 2p orbital, because here the filling up of electron in 2p orbital is according to the Hund's rule. So according to Hund's rule, no pairing of electron will take place until each orbital gets 1 electron. Okay, so for that reason here there are 2 unpaired electrons in the ground state of the carbon atom. Now look at the electron configuration of carbon in the excited state. In the excited state, the electron configuration is 1s2, 2s1, 2p3. Okay, look here. This is 1s orbital with 2 electrons. This is a 2s orbital with 1 electron. Okay, so when carbon goes to excited state, what actually happens is 1 electron from 2s orbital absorbs energy and is promoted to vacant 2p orbital. 1 electron in the 2s orbital absorbs energy and get excited to vacant 2p orbital. So in that case 1 electron will remain here in the 2s orbital. So this is 2s1, and here 2p orbitals will have 3 electrons. So totally there are 4 unpaired electrons in the excited state of the carbon atom. So the valence of carbon is 4. It is said to be tetravalent. Carbon is said to be tetravalent because there are 4 unpaired electrons and valence of carbon is 4. Okay. Now before actually the bond between carbon and carbon is formed, or bond between carbon and hydrogen is formed, these orbitals will mix with each other. That means they undergo hybridization. Okay, they are undergoing actually sp hybridization. Okay, here you find there are 4 unpaired electrons, 1 electron in the 2s orbital and 3 electrons, 1 in each of the 2p orbital. Now these only 2 orbitals will undergo hybridization, that is this 2s orbital and 1 of the 2p orbital undergo hybridization, that is sp hybridization. Okay, 2s orbital and 2p orbital, 1 2s orbital and 1 2p orbital, they undergo hybridization to form 2 new hybrid orbitals. So these new orbitals are called the hybrid orbitals, and remaining 2p orbitals, remaining 2p orbital are not hybridized. That means they do not mix with the 2s orbital. Remaining two orbitals are not undergoing hybridization, so they are known as unhybridized orbitals. Okay. Now each carbon that contains two sp hybrid orbitals and two unhybridized 2p orbitals. Okay. Now you know there are two carbon atoms in ethyne. Both the carbon atoms are sp hybridized, and each will be containing two sp hybrid orbitals and two 2p orbitals. Each one of these contain one electron, and the hybrid orbitals, they are oriented at an angle of 180 degrees. So that is a straight angle. This is a straight angle. Each hybrid orbital contains one electron and is called sp hybrid orbital, and each sp hybrid orbital has 50% of s character and 50% of p character. Okay, and the hybrid orbitals are oriented at an angle of 180 degrees. Now when sp hybrid carbon atoms approach each other, so when two sp hybrid carbon atoms approach each other, then one of the sp hybrid orbital of each carbon atom overlap along the axis with each other and form the carbon to carbon sigma bond. Okay, carbon to carbon sigma bond is formed by overlapping of one sp hybrid orbital of one carbon atom and one sp hybrid orbital of another carbon atom. Okay, in this way the sigma bond is formed by axial overlapping of the sp hybridized orbitals. Okay, and the other sp hybrid orbital that overlaps along the axis with the half-filled s orbital of the hydrogen atom. Okay, the other sp hybrid orbital of each carbon atom overlap along the axis with the half-filled s orbital of the hydrogen atom to form carbon to hydrogen bond. So carbon to hydrogen sigma bond is formed by overlapping of sp hybrid orbital of each carbon atom with the half-filled s orbital of the hydrogen atoms. In this way, two carbon to hydrogen sigma bonds are formed. Two carbon to hydrogen sigma bonds are. Now after the formation of carbon to carbon sigma bond, each carbon atom has two unhybridized 2p orbitals. Now these two unhybridized 2p orbitals, they overlap sidewise and symmetrically to form the two carbon to carbon pi bonds. Okay, so they are overlapping symmetrically means 2px orbital of one carbon atom overlap sidewise with the 2px orbital of another carbon atom. In the same manner, 2py orbital of one carbon atom overlap sidewise with the 2py orbital of another carbon atom. In this way, two carbon to carbon pi bonds are formed. Okay. Now we shall look at the bond parameters and the shape of the molecule. Shape of the ethyne molecule is linear because these sp hybrid orbitals of each carbon atom are oriented in a straight line at an angle of 180 degrees. So the shape of ethyne molecule is linear and the bond angle is 180 degrees. Carbon to carbon triple bond length is 121 picometers. Okay, now we shall look at the orbital picture of the ethyne molecule. So these are the two carbon atoms in ethyne molecule. Both carbon atoms are sp hybridized. Now this carbon has two sp hybrid orbitals and two unhybridized 2p orbitals. In the same manner, this carbon also has two sp hybrid orbitals and two unhybridized 2p orbitals. Okay, so now these two carbon atoms approach each other. So sp hybrid orbital of this carbon atom and sp hybrid orbital of this carbon atom are overlapping along the axis to form the carbon to carbon sigma bond. Okay, now another sp hybrid orbital of this carbon atom overlap with the half-filled s orbital of the hydrogen atom to form the carbon to hydrogen sigma bond. Okay, now this is sp hybrid orbital of this carbon atom. There is overlapping along the axis with the half s orbital of this hydrogen atom, and that forms the carbon to hydrogen sigma bond. Okay, now these are the two unhybridized 2p orbitals of this carbon atom, and these are the two unhybridized 2p orbitals of this carbon atom. So they overlap sidewise and symmetrically. Okay, now this overlaps with this sidewise to form the one carbon to carbon pi bond. Similarly, this overlaps sidewise with the 2p orbital of this carbon atom and form another pi bond. So in this way, these pi bonds are formed. Okay, so in ethane molecule, we have a triple bond between the carbon atoms. In the triple bond, one is the sigma bond and other two are pi bonds. Sigma bond is formed by axial overlapping of the sp hybrid orbitals of each carbon atom, and pi bonds are formed by sidewise overlapping of the unhybridized 2p orbitals, and two carbon to hydrogen sigma bonds are there. So this bond is formed by axial overlapping of sp hybrid orbital of carbon atom and half-filled s orbital of the hydrogen atom. So altogether there are 3 sigma bonds in ethane molecule and 2 pi bonds in ethane molecule. Okay, so this is the orbital picture of the ethane molecule. I hope you have understood how the ethane molecule is formed. That is explained on the basis of valence bond theory. Okay, so please watch the video till the end, because I have given the MCQ questions and also short answer and long answer type of questions. Okay, so you can have a look at those questions and you will get the idea how the questions can be asked on this topic. So thank you very much for watching this video, and please also watch the remaining videos explaining about the formation of methane, ammonia, water and ethene. Okay, so thank you very much and wish you all the best.